What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining. Hope you are having a great one today, as always. And if you can't tell, we are looking at ThreeZero's Naruto figure today, which I am overly excited for, as you can probably guess, because getting excited is my ninja way. Believe it. And that's right, I said it. So I'm really psyched for this guy. This is the first time I've ever ordered anything directly from ThreeZero. So it was kind of cool to do. To be honest, didn't really know you could do it. But when they announced this figure, it was first available on their website before it made it to anywhere else. So I figured, what the heck? Let's go ahead and do it. Now I do also have Zen Creations Naruto. I've got him handy so we can kind of take a comparison once we get this guy completely out of here. It looks like Customs did a wonderful job of retaping it. It's a bit of a chore, but there we go. We're making progress. Now, one thing I do want to say, the box had a little bit of a rattle to it, so I'm hoping that it's just a piece that's kind of floating around in there and there's not any actual damage to it or anything of the like. But I'm sort of pre-prepared in a way for disappointment. If there is something broken, I'm not going to be too horribly upset. I know their stuff is warranted, so we'll get that all taken care of in the grand scheme of it. But just in case you do see something popping around, more than likely it happened during shipping is kind of my guess, because this fella did come a long way. Now, one thing I was impressed is the actual shipping time for this guy. Once he shipped out, it only took about a week and a half or so, and that was with the regular shipping offer. So that was super cool. I was kind of thinking it would be a lot longer. Their website says like 14 to 28 days, but get in the middle of America, much quicker. So this box is gorgeous. I am already in love with it just off this alone, which I know is weird to say, but I am a dork. So let's just call it like we see it. I do absolutely love the ThreeZero anime figures that they've done so far. I've got Guts from Berserk, I've got Full Metal Alchemist, Dear Sweet Abisu from Dorohedoro, and I'm probably going to get most of this series. They did announce that they're going to do Sasuke next, and then after him Sakura and Kakashi. I honestly hate Sasuke, so I'm not going to be getting him. But I more than likely will get the Kakashi and the Sakura. Now, sadly, that is very reflective in here, so you can't get too great of a look at him, but go ahead and yank him on out of here and take a gander. Now, with the ThreeZero line, it is, as you can probably tell, young Naruto. Bloop. So honestly, I think that if you're trying to decide which one you want to get, that's probably going to be the deciding factor for the most part. The Zen Creations stuff is all Shippuden. And I believe all of the Rocket Toys ones that are coming out are Shippuden as well. So if you want young Naruto, go ThreeZero. Gosh, he's so cool. And then if you want the older adult version, you might want to do Zen, or nerd out and get them all. Get this out the way. So immediately, I love it. He's so angry. So he's already got feisty head sculpt on, which is cool. You do get a bunch of different ones. Let me go ahead and get this plastic garbage off of him. Maybe. That's one. You would think by now I would have developed some sort of easy way to cut and remove tape, but I fail at it so often. There we go. All right. Other good thing, just a quick glance, I don't see anything that's floating around or broken, so I'm not too sure what the rattle was. But here you have him in all of his glory. Um, Definitely cool. Very, very psyched with him so far. Um, I absolutely love this series. He's one of my favorite anime characters, just characters in general. Pretty much beats everybody by friendship and talking, which is sort of hilarious. Or he'll hit him in the face with the Rasengan and blow him to oblivion. But this guy is just super duper neat. Alright, I'm going to stop gushing over for him for just a moment. Nah, I'm not. So we're going to just kind of play around a little bit and see what kind of mobility we can get out of him. The suit's a pretty good fabric. It's honestly the same quality as if you've got any of the other ThreeZero figures. Pretty much going to be the same there. So it's not overly restrictive in movement at all, definitely not in the legs. He's got a nice double joint that you can get a ton of movement out there. A little bit of restriction in the actual leg movement at the waist, but not much. Does have a decent little ab crunch. Really tight joints there, which is a good thing, so he'll be able to do all sorts of crazy fun poses. Yeah, honestly, there's really no major restriction at all with this. Can't really get his arms to go too high up, just because it does tighten there, but honestly, you just kind of play around with them and you can get them to where you need to be. So that is certainly cool. And they really did do an outstanding job with the outfit. Konoha logo on the back. Love that he's even got the little scroll there. That's super cool. Really, really great work on this. Now this guy is dependent on where you order him. I think basically $150 is pretty much the kind of easy way to think of him. Some places are going to be a little more, some places will be a little less, but he's going to be right around there. So comparatively, the Zen Creations one is a bit more expensive. Again, he is the older version, but with ThreeZero, you are getting a darn good figure, and man, oh man, did they crush it with him. So we'll go ahead and take a look at some of the goodies that he comes with, because he's got a lot. As you can see, you do get a bunch of different hands. I'm not going to pull those out. But those will let you do fun things like forming the Rasengan, doing different Jitsu seals, all of that good stuff. Also got some kunai and some shuriken. I'm guessing one of the shurikens popped out and is floating around. That's probably what I heard rattling, so we'll have to dig a bit for that, but that's not a big deal. You do also get some really fun different faceplates, which I love, so we'll take a look at those. If I can actually get it out of here. Success. Yeah, definitely thinking that rattle was one of the kunai, or one of the shurikens. I'll find it at some point. Gotta be around there, right? You can go over there for now. Good enough. For those that want to see one up close, actually, I has an idea. There you go. So they are plastic. They are very, very pointy and sharp, which is kind of nice. But they did do a really good job with them. And they do have a very good metallic look, which I love. So paint-wise, they did outstanding. Even the little wraps on the handles. Like, that's really dang cool. That's one of the things that I've come to love with ThreeZero is a lot of the detailing that they do on stuff that doesn't need it. And this is probably a good example. Comparatively, you can sit there for now. Maybe. There we go. So the blacker one is the Zen Creations one. So just kind of, if you were wondering the difference in how they look, they're both pretty spot on. They did a pretty dang good job with both. I would certainly not make your decision on the accessories by any means, but definitely on par. So I wouldn't say that one's better than the other by any means. Although with this guy, you get this cool tiny little Rasengan here. This does actually plug into one of these hands. Let's see which one. You got that little hole there, and then this just has that little piece there, so that way you can hold that and get that formed. So that's really cool. They did do a great job designing that. Absolutely looks fantastic. So really cool job with the Rasengan. Loving that. One of the other little joys that they came with is his frog bank, and honestly, I'm just thrilled to have this because it's something so small and stupid, but this is going to be one of those accessories that I basically just throw in the background of stuff. Here, give it a kiss. There you go. So I'll probably have a Jawa playing with it at some point, maybe sneak it in with Mandalorian or something like that. But that's just so cool. It's so stupid, like I said, but I absolutely love it. So for me, this was like a weird, unnecessary highlight that probably shouldn't have been as in love with as I am, but yeah. Now, it looks like the faces are going to be relatively easy to remove. This is outstanding. I mean, that's just fantastic. I'm probably going to use this one, at least at some point. In fact, that'll be our test one. And he's also just got kind of a standard Naruto smile there. But that one, that's priceless. I love that. Alright, so I'm going to play around a little bit, swap this head off real fast. I can't imagine it's going to be too tricky. I'm assuming. Don't know if you actually have to take the whole head off or not. This is one of those moments where instructions come in handy, so I'm going to go ahead and pause it and read those real quick. So I actually just decided to show the instructions because it's probably relevant if people were wondering. You apparently don't need to take the head off to swap the faces, but you can take the head off to put the necklace on. So I might end up taking it off just to get the face on, but we'll play around and see how easy it is because I'm kind of curious now. So supposedly you can just kind of tilt his head back and pry his face right off is kind of what they're seeming to imply. I'm going to hope that I don't break anything. It is certainly not as easy as they made it out to be, so we're just going to do this. It does come off way easier when you take the head off, just of note. And then the new one should just... Oh, that's amazing. Hopefully get lined up nice and simple. All right. It didn't really stick on too well. So you really do want to push it into place. You will almost feel it snap in there. There's not like an audible click or anything, but you can definitely feel when it's more secured, because I certainly did not feel that the first time around. We're just gonna oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. This alone makes this one. uh, I'm real easily amused, as you've probably learned. This face is great. This is absolutely great. 3-0, I love you. This is amazing. I I cannot wait to play with this. Um, yeah, bravo. In fact, I don't know if I've officially ever done this before, but that's for you, 3-0. You get some applause. Now, just because we said we would, we'll take a quick look at him compared to his older version from Zen Creations. And we could just slide this stuff out of the way. And mainly hope here, honestly, just to help you make up your mind as far as which one you may or may not want. Personally, from having both of them, they're equally amazing. This figure, the suit's a little less restrictive, so you can get some more crazy posing out of him than you can with this one. Also, this is the older version, so if you're more of a Shippuden fan, go with this. But this guy is so freaking cool. Also, he's a little cheaper, so you've kind of got that going for you. The other big perk I'll say with this one, 3-0 has been crushing things lately, so you know that they're going to keep coming out with really, really good ones. Zen Creations, they've got the Gara coming. I know he's shipped out. Supposedly I'll be getting mine within the next month or so, fingers crossed. But after that, I'm not too sure which ones they're doing. I know they've got a limited Sasuke, which I'm skipping. And then Rocket Toys has like an Itachi and a Madara and Kakashi coming, so we'll get some Shippuden villains and good stuff there. But for Naruto himself, you really can't go wrong with either of them. A little more expensive, a little bit bigger because he's older. I'm glad that they scaled him right in that regard. But both are wins, and again, just